Okay. All right. It's still Wednesday, 9:51, 9:51 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and um, what do I want to talk about? Wait. Today is Wednesday, April 9th, 2014. Okay. I think it was yesterday in the evening news. They had the men's volleyball team talking to reporters after the match. They beat the number 2 ranked team in the nation. And when I when I when I first heard about the UH team, has they have this we have our own Serbian player from Serbia, and I love Novak Djokovic. So I in my mind I think that Sinisa, and they call him Ziki because his last name is Zarkovic. Sinisa Zarkovic, they call him Ziki, and he plays number 16, which I think is interesting because in my playlist of songs I have the entire album of "Take the Crown" by Robbie Williams, not Robin Williams, Robbie Williams, and he's a British entertainer. And he had the number one album in the UK. So there's this song, the second song I think on the album, called Gospel, and in it um, he, uh, one of the lyrics is, "I'm 16 and I love you and I'm standing at your step," or something like that. Anyways, doesn't matter. So he's number 16. He's from Serbia, and I think he's like our good luck charm. And now I can't meet any of these people if they're been on TV or they have some sort of recognition or they get hounded by paparazzi. I have to stay away from people who live in the realm of public opinion, where where my my actions are not determined by me but by what others think I should do. That's when they have power over you. Like, oh, she's too fat, she's too short, she needs a nose job or whatever. I'm not getting into that. And sometimes I get close, and then I realize, what the heck am I doing? No, 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 back out, back out. Erase, rewind, erase. Because I can't, my life would be over, you know. So, no. But, I thought I read his lips after one of the matches, and he said to another person, but he knew the camera was on him, "I want to meet you." And I took that as, because 60 Minutes had Novak Djokovic, and he was explaining how much a tyrant, an evil person Slobodan Milosevic was. And in my mind, from what pictures that were on the TV, I think he wants to talk to me about that guy, about the former leader of Yugoslavia. So, what is it? Yugoslavia? Is this Yugoslavia? I can't remember. wait, 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 wait. Bug. Anyways, so I don't know what happened in Serbia, where I'm not sure. Wait, did Slobodan Milosevic take the food that was dropped into villages and take out the food that the UN dropped and instead put in shrapnel and other things that um, would kill people, and then he'd drop it again, that same canister, on a group, and exploded and killed, hundreds, tens of hundreds of people, or a group of people. And in my head, I was thinking, what? I was so stressed out, and I go nuts. So, um, did he witness one of that happening? And is it like what I saw in my mind? I don't know. And they, the when I first heard about him, I think one of the reporters said that he doesn't talk much. Sinisa Zarkovic. I thought, oh, that's sad. I wonder, what happened in Serbia, and so I thought maybe he wanted to talk to me about that. But I don't know what his voice sounds like until recently. Just yesterday, the news they interviewed him, and he was talking about their matches ahead and how they want to improve and everything else. So that's a pretty good thing. Okay, then what? So now I know what his voice kind of sounds like. So that's good, I think. Okay, what else? Well, he kind of, is he young enough? He's a freshman, but you can play freshman at an older age. Older age if you enter school older. I don't know what his birthday is, but anyways, I was thinking to myself, he's got big eyes and they're brown, right? And at first I thought he could have been like the son of. First I thought Zeke Pekuli and but no, oh no, that would never work. I'm sorry, Zeke. I'm not really. Actually, no. Not interested. And my high school sweetheart, Wes, and big, beautiful eyes, long eyelashes, and purple. He had purple eyes. And I'd never seen violet purple eyes before. And it's funny how in YouTube, I mean, not YouTube, Google, I can't find any purple. It's really strange because there are. My first boyfriend and my actual sweetheart, my high school sweetheart, um, in my senior year in high school. And he went to UH. I believe he graduated and is now a sports therapist. But he was second seed on the boys tennis team in high school, and I was first seed and captain of the girls tennis team back when it wasn't a clique. There were cliques, but Teresita Simon, I played doubles with her, and I remember her from elementary school. And we had other people, and it was a goofy, fun crowd. We weren't like they were in 2000 or 1999 when I was helping um, Laura Ellis at the time. Laura Ellis, and now she's Laura Thielen. She married the son of a representative for the state of Hawaii at the Capitol. And um, I co, I was her co-coach, whatever, co, whatever, assistant coach for tennis for the tennis team at Kalaheo, the school that I graduated from. And boy, it was so sad to see how things had changed, you know. Um, and I hated it. I hated coaching. They didn't listen. They just wanted to goof off. I mean, they tested you, you know. I never, we didn't have that when I was in 1987. I'm not sure well, doesn't matter. Anyways, I had to quit because it was giving me stress. So, um, what else? So Wes, my high school sweetheart, he was on the tennis team too, and he's a really good player. But he had to fight for number two. I can't remember who was going to take his place as number two. I'd have to look at the yearbook. Um, and so Sinisa Zarkovic, he's young enough to be my son. I'll be 45 this year. I'm old. And So it's fun just to imagine. So I thought to myself, okay, so what's his name? Who's the coach for the men's volleyball team for the University of Hawaii? Um, he'd been traveling all over the world trying to find people to play for the for our team, for the UH team, and so this is where another delusion comes in. It's pretty funny that in order for Sinisa to get a visa to come to school here, you had to pass the test. And there's this one part of the test where you can't study for or whatever, and so they're trying to trick him so that he couldn't leave Serbia because they want to keep their own athletes in their country and not have them go to the United States or anything because they might get married to an American and then stay in America and then they lose that nationalistic person pride of having a Serbian good in volleyball. So and anyways, it's just like this really I know crazy, miss the boat, get back in line. But it was funny. So he has so he's almost finished with the interview to come to Hawaii. And there's this final question and he stops. He stops the interviewer and says to him, "Wait, before you ask me the question, I think I know the answer." And then he says, "The bisector of an angle formed by the equal sides of an isosceles right triangle bisects the opposite side and is perpendicular to it." and the interviewer is like, "Oh my God, okay." He passes the visa test. He can go. So, so funny. I don't know why. I was just thinking of scenarios, I just want to be a writer. So, okay. So, because he plays volleyball, and I think he's so cute. Oh, we have our own Serbian. I thought, okay, I have these ideas, right? And ideas are okay. They're safe. It's fantasy. I know the difference between fantasy and reality. I do. So, okay. So I thought, Pratt, where I went to school and college on the East Coast, Hawaii. How can we help as many people and do something different? So I thought to myself, okay, how about, if this is my imaginary world and I do know the difference, okay, how about creating a business where I get off of federal welfare and I make a diner and it's called Dendrondous. And you have dendrons and neurons in your brain. And when you stay up 24 hours, you excite the nerve endings to death. So it's hard to make that connection, that spark. And so there's dendrons and neurons in your brain. Something you learn in Bridges. And so mental illness is when you excite it to death and you go kind of nuts. So either it's Dendrondous Diner, and then we only serve brunch, lunch, and dinner because I don't want to be in competition with other restaurants that I like to go to because I really like pancakes and waffles, that place, and they're open at 6:30 in the morning, but we wouldn't start serving till 8:30 in the morning. I don't really know when brunch is. I haven't really done a brunch, but 8:30 to like 10:30 or 11. 8:30 to 11 is brunch. Then lunch is from 11 to 2:30, and then from 2:30 to 5:30 is dinner. So we have brunch, lunch, and dinner. Right, brunch, lunch, and dinner. The menu would be whatever the chef would like to have it, and I was thinking this whole thing where if it failed as a diner in the first 6 months, because diners usually fail, it takes 6 months for them to, if they can survive 6 months, then it's a good thing. We can continue. So, if in case it fails as a diner, it can be easily converted to a armory deposit. or a juvenile, boys juvenile facility for, how do you call it, forensics, when they get into, they go to jail, they're sentenced for something. Because the one that we have in Kailua or Ramanalo is really old, and it's one story. And I was thinking of like a 5-story building, where so as a diner, so it's a diner during the day, and there's a sand volleyball pit in the center. And the sand volleyball pit can hold 5 players on each team if they want, or 2-on-2. There'd be netting around the volleyball, because it's at night. At night, it becomes volleyball. You can play volleyball at nighttime. And but during the day, it's just a pit, and at night it's a pit also. And during the day, it'll be a place that military can go to get services. They can do a RAP, a Wellness Recovery Action Plan. There's a room, conference room, where they can learn that. And then in the pit, there's a tent, an army tent, and then army cots, out on the sand so they can sleep. And it's because in my mind, I'm thinking the transition from war to home is too hard. It's too different. So you need a place kind of in between, where their body is here, their mind is over there, and then it has to be a transition before you go home. So, I've been to Europe, and for 6 months I felt I was still there, even though in body I was here in Hawaii, but my mind and my soul were over there. Okay, so they get, I don't know what the VA does. My husband is a Bronze Star recipient from the Vietnam War, but this war is different, I think. Each war is different, just because that's how it is. So it's okay. So it's during the day. It's a diner, clear story windows up on top, and around each load-bearing beam, there'd be these coconut trees made out of cans, large cans, empty cans, getting smaller to make the trunk, and then fake palm leaves, and it sways back and forth at the pillar, load-bearing beam. It sways in and out, and it's connected to the ceiling fan. But then I was thinking, wait, you can't have that in the volleyball because you might hurt yourself, So, okay, so we'll have it in the nightclub where there's a separate room just to go dancing. So as soon as you walk in, we're going to have a bouncer, by the way, and 4 of his friends, someone who is an ex-football player for UH, needs a job. So, we have to find out because we're serving alcohol, okay, and I like whiskey in coffee or hot toddy. I like brandy in tea, and rum is for sodas. So, anyways, I'm not really a beer drinker, wine person, but I guess we have to have that too. But I'm thinking of those 3. So, as soon as you walk in the door, it's 50-foot ceiling. As soon as you walk in. As soon as you walk in, you see a sign or neon sign. Leave your ego at the door. Leave your ego at the door. We do not discriminate against, whatever, race, color, creed, you know, religious preference, or gays, lesbians, or whatever. We don't discriminate, and then we we reserve the right to refuse service. Okay, so so as soon as you walk in, on the left, cigarettes. You can buy cigarettes, and it's coat rack. If you jacket or anything. Okay, I know that's gonna be weird. Maybe I don't need to do that. Oh, anyways, okay. And then next to that is the bar. The bar. And there's one place where only employees can go through, and they have their own section because we might want to eat something that nobody else, it's not offered on the menu, or because I need to be able to work on other things while also working there with all the receipts and stuff. So, and I'm thinking about the apartment now, what we have, and so you can always see me sitting at the desk, with all these paperwork around me and trying to do some creative, creative juggling with numbers so we can do what we want to do. There's an employee bathroom with stalls for showers, and they have their lockers, and they have their um, they have their uniforms. And then there's a bed behind me against the wall, and there's going to be a curtain, like in hospitals, curtain on a rail that curves. So to get it as dark as possible, if someone comes in to work late and was doing, for whatever reason, they need to crash for 15 minutes or an hour, they can lie down and sleep. And then my desk is here, my drafting table, and in the corner up above from the ceiling is a television. So I can go through and check what's on C-SPAN or Al Jazeera America or BBC America or HLN or Ni Hong Kong NHK. Find out the weather around the world and all the news that's going on, which can be very distracting. But I have it on low. And what else? So people can see. And to the right, when you enter, you'll see the volleyball pit, the sand pit for volleyball. So work starts at, I'd say 7. You come in 7. You start your shift for preparing and cutting up all the ingredients needed for the brunch and lunch, and then then you got to prepare again for brunch, lunch, and then dinner. So it's by word of mouth that it is an after hours bar, because I went to after hours bar in Queens, New York. So okay, so at 7 o'clock is when it's set up. Okay, so you walk in, you see the sign. Okay, to the left, cigarettes and whatever, and then employee entrance to the bar, and then employees only section, and then the whole bar, the bar, and then the kitchen next to that, and then beyond the kitchen is the dance floor, and there's a door where they enter into it. So that way, around each pillar in the dance floor is going to be the trees, coming, swaying back and forth with a pulley system. I saw that in a couple of times. I went to Deo's restaurant, and Deo's, was it a club? No, it was a diner. Deo, that's daylight come and we want to go home. That one. So, inside it was really cool. You felt, well, they have, the palm trees on. I've never seen anything like this in Hawaii, and that's where that idea came from. So we have professional lighting. Really, we're going to spend a lot of money on lighting because I think lighting is very important. So the nightclub. So that's where the dancing is, and in the kitchen, 24 minutes. So in the kitchen, there's this rectangular hole where you you can see the people cooking and you can smell all the food. But you get, for the dance club, you get like poo-poos or pizza or something. Um, and the diner part is where um, you get a sit-down meal, and you have waiters and waitresses and wait staff, and if you, so okay, so that's there. Okay, then over here, right, over to my right is the pit, and then sand pit for volleyball, netting around, like in football games when they do the kick, the field goal attempt, they have, there's that net that comes up. So that's where we're gonna have nets, and then during the day you bring it down and you roll it up. um, okay, and then around the pit is gonna have like a railing where you can either lean against it and watch the players play volleyball, or you can sit down and have a meal. And then there's, okay, I've been to this place called Palladium, and back when MTV just came out in the 80s, it was a big thing in Hawaii, and I got to go there when I was a freshman um, at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. I barely got in, I didn't believe I was 21. You had to be at least 21, but I was 18 at the time. But he let me go in, tried a fake accent, didn't work, but all my friends got in, and I was the last. So he knew that if it's more dangerous if I was outside waiting for them during that time of New York. So he let me in, and we don't drink alcohol. My friends and I did. We just wanted to dance. So what happened was, in the Palladium Theater, they have these tiered, like, 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 I don't know. It looks like, stairs, steps for stairs for giants. But what it was the theater seating that was covered in carpet, and they ripped out all. They removed the seats, so you can sit and lie down, and it was in darkness, and it was like I could hear something or see a little bit. Well, it was people were having sex up there. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll leave them alone. And it's such a huge theater that as the nightclub, the de- you know the nightclub opened up, as more people came in, they had these sets that would raise up into the ceiling and make the dance floor bigger, 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 and bigger. It was really neat. So I was thinking, okay, how about we have that tiered thing, but not with, to have sex, but to people sit up there. So the light bulbs we have, so the the tables can be, okay, like here's the wall, right? Tables can come up like this for a semicircle, or semicircle for like 2 or 3 people, and then we have also booths for like 8 people. All these ideas, like all these different kind of groups. So you have a lamp that can go straight on to that lies close to the wall, but can also have it swing out 3 times. And the lamp part can go up this way, and turn around. I don't know if it's possible. I don't think so. But you have different light bulbs that's nearby, that's placed in whatever cubbyhole or whatever. So you have blue light bulb, amber, red, green, white, and black light. So you have 6 different light bulbs you could choose from. And you could, screw it in and all that stuff. Depending on what you want, what do you want to do for your table. So let's see what else. 3 bathrooms with enough. I don't know. Maybe the maximum capacity is 150 people, 175 maybe. I don't know. But the bathrooms have a blind person working in each of the bathrooms, so that they can make sure it doesn't get abused. They have a cubby hole behind them with braille that that has like cubby holes where towels, hand towels, and bath towels, and um, his you know kind of soap, male soaps and female soaps, all these different things that a fancy, like I went to Europe and you had to pay the person, I think it was a dime or a quarter to use the bathroom. So you're not required to pay, but it's highly suggested, and because this person is making it an experience for you to use the bathroom, and they cannot see but they can hear, so that they so I'm trying to eliminate a situation where a person would get raped. Okay, you don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I've been raped. I wouldn't want that to happen. So a blind man in the male in the male bathroom, and a blind female in the female bathroom. So we have security. So let's see, and then was it recently Afghanistan or Iraq? Iraq, Afghanistan? I think it was Afghanistan. They had their elections, and to make sure that no one cheated and voted twice, they had their finger dyed. They put their finger in ink, and it doesn't rub off. It takes about a week and a half for it to come off your finger. So I'm thinking, okay, that's what we'll do for the underage. Okay, they get the finger thing, so we know not to serve that person. Because I was trying to think of other things, like a stamp. No, you can rub off a stamp. How about what are those things? Hospital bracelets. No, they can cut it off, and then But that finger thing, you dye your finger, put in that thing, and okay, that would work. So, so the first floor is alcohol, and you can have coffee and tea. Okay. We'll have a buffet at night, starting at 7 p.m. A buffet, and then buffet, whatever you guys. I don't know how to pronounce that word. And then the second level is a coffee shop. It's more like coffees and stuff. You can order food, but the food has to be brought up through a dumbwaiter. Yeah, a dumbwaiter. And you can look down onto the volleyball net, the volleyball court, and watch. And you're also protected from the ball, because it's goes up five stories. And then I wanted an Oculus, and looking down in the center, but it have to be a sky. The building is designed like a hale, a house, a hale, Hale, which is house in Hawaiian. There's 4 poles, and then you have a roof, A-line roof. And I'm thinking, if it fails as a nightclub, diner, sports bar and grill, all combo, then it can be easily converted to either a boys' prison, a boys' jail, or I really want the gun, the armory deposit. I just think it would be so much fun to try. And if that fails, then it can be a jail for the youth, for the males. Okay, so there's the bathrooms and then also on the right side is, the women's bathroom and the men's bathroom both have showers. But if you have a child with you during the daytime, while it's a diner, like a baby and infant, there's going to be also a male-female family bathroom like they have in the airports and stuff. Or in the hospitals, yeah, Queen's Hospital. Now, I read in the book The Death of Common Sense, the Death of Common Sense, how laws are suffocating America, where it was in in Paris, they had these self-cleaning bathrooms that paid for themselves with advertising on the outside, so that people could use the bathroom on, go to the bathroom anywhere in the city, wherever they had these out on the sidewalk. And when I first heard about it, it was years ago, and I thought, wow, that'd be a cool idea. But the idea didn't transfer well to America because of the American Disabilities Act. And it seemed unfair and stupid to not have these, just because a minority group would never be able to use it. And they had already done all the research because they had it in Paris. But in America, because we have these lobbyists and we have these people who just, you know, it just doesn't make sense. So it failed as a as a good thing for the public. So I'm thinking to myself, how about we use that idea for the bathrooms? Yeah. So so we'd have advertising around the bathrooms to help bring down the cost of making it either self-cleaning or having a blind person in there. Okay. Okay, so there's that. And then there's another room off to that is a conference room that has Skype capability, and either you can use your computer to show something on the screen, uh, you know, whatever. It's conference rooms, So anyways, yeah, and then so I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work. I mean, I mean, it's in my head, so it does work in my head. you know. So this is what I do. This is crazy. I'm so crazy. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm thinking of all these scenarios and imagining my friends with me. The friends that I made at KP, Palama Community Mental Health Center, and hospitals, psychiatric wards, and I just think if I could only have them, all of us in it together, and be like how my dad worked in construction, where if you did 8 hours of work in 6 hours, you get to go home and get paid 8 hours. You get to do something else. I thought that was so neat about my dad's job. And how can we translate that into a nightclub, into a diner? There's got to be a way. If you do 8 hours of work in 4 hours, you can go home, you'll still be paid 8 hours. And then that way, a busboy can take over your shift, the rest of your shift, and you guys all have to agree, and it'd be fun. At least I think so. Okay, is that it? So I'm gonna draw it out. I'm gonna draw out the plans. This, the what do you call those, elevations? I only got through at UH, at the University of Hawaii. I was accepted into the architecture program the spring, summer, and fall. That's all I went. And I had to take design drafting. I didn't have to take design class, but design drafting by Kirby Lockard. I hated it. It was horrible. It made me really miss Pratt. Okay, so, right. I don't know. It would just be fun, I'm not committed to do any of this, and if someone else takes the idea, that'd be great. Because I don't want to get backers and investors and then get involved with all that, a bank loan or building loan or whatever, and general contractor and structural engineer and location, forget it. I ain't doing that. Not me. So if someone else takes the idea, that's fine. But I have this video log. Okay. Anyways, so I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it. So embarrassing. It's gonna be. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool if Sinisa Zarkovic could play at the in this sports bar and grill that's a diner in the day and a nightclub at night, and they have music playing, and you get to play girls against boys, or whatever. It would be so much fun. A lot of people love volleyball in Hawaii. Yep. Yep. Okay, that's it. Okay, okay, I can't. Shh.